Tasmania show.
Tasmania show.
Tasmania show.
Tasmanian show.
Tasmanian show.
Tasmanian show.
You already know what it is.
Oh yeah.
Wagwan gang, back in this thing, and if you really gang, bang that like button. If you like the vibe, subscribe. If you don't have good energy, keep your ass inside. You tune into the Tasmania show with Taz Tikoon, brought to you by Tazzy's Baddies. You know we back at it again, Harlem's Own, Jim Jones and Cam. I don't know how many episodes I've actually done about these two guys, but they keep the algorithm going. They always got something else going on. I just want to say huge shout out to Dipset. I don't know what's going on with Joel's. I don't know where he's at. Where's Santana's town? I don't know. But the recent thing that has transpired is that I think about a month or two ago, Jim Jones called out Cameron and said since he said that they're the reason that they lost the battle to the Locks, Jim addressed Cam and he did this tweet and he said, or an Instagram post, and said, tell your mans I want to do a verse against him since he made us lose our last verses at the Apollo. Y'all call Swiss, LOL, happy Memorial Day. So that was, I guess, the soft, like, you know, he wanted to do the verses or whatever. I don't know, from seeing that, like, I don't know how you go about getting the verses. I know Pretty Ricky and B2K just did the verses. That was very interesting. Y'all let me know if y'all want me to cover that. Like, that looked very interesting. But we're going to get into what Cam had to say in regards to just doing a verses with Jim in general.
Let's do it at the Apollo and see who better, Yo, somebody hit up Swiss and tell him that. As soon as he said that, I just threw my phone. And no disrespect to Swiss, but why the fuck would we call Swiss to go to the Apollo? What the fuck is we? Yo, why the fuck would we call Swiss to go to Apollo? My man worked everything I love. My man threw a baby shower in the Apollo. We can rent the Apollo out. What the fuck is we calling Swiss to go to the Apollo for? I just threw the phone.
So yeah, in that clip, it was definitely funny when he, like, I don't know what the capacity is, but for him to even say a baby shower, just from what it like seems like, they both had different business accolades. Like, you know, Jim Jones being known for fashion. You know what I'm saying? Jim Jones doing the Chrissy and Jim show before it became the Love and Hip Hop, the Artist to Artist Factory, the clothing, the Weatherman from the Drip Report. Like, he has been definitely rebranding himself from the hype man, the videographer that he used to be, and he's wearing a lot of different hats. And his music is getting better over time. Cam always doing this big one. It's crazy because they're both out of Dipset doing a lot. You know, he's got the Let's Rap About It podcast, and then, you know, Cam has It Is What It Is. So I feel Cam, it just seems like you calling Cam out for versus the math got to make sense, you know. And just from that clip, the math seemed like it wasn't mathing, you know. But Jim Jones recently was on a podcast. I think it was the what was the podcast called again? It was No Funny Shit. That's what it was, the No Funny Shit podcast. So we're gonna get into a clip of Jim Jones. Just, you know, like, Jim is just always going viral in the media, and like Cam has said in one of his interviews, like, I think he has said something about, he said he had more hits than Nas. You know, he gonna 50 Cent, whatever, the landlord, like Jim, relevancy, even when it comes to fashion and things like that. Like, definitely want to give Jim his flowers. I feel like, I don't know all the different things from the Pusha T verses and all different types of stuff, like just cultural influence, money, gang life, and all that. There's smoke, there's fire. Like I say, he's rocking with Fab, Davies, Mano. They have their thing going on. I don't know, but we're gonna get into this clip of Jim Jones just talking a little bit about his influence in the game and everything on the No Funny Shit podcast.
My thoughts.
Fuck, I'm too old to dress like myself, and yo niggas is dressing like me.
Everybody dressed the same.
I'm not dressing like none of y'all, but I'm too old to dress like myself. This shit is diabolical. Like, then it don't make sense.
They trying to throw you off.
They're trying to throw me off and steal my shit at the same time. Like, this is what I created. So how the fuck am I too old to dress like what I created? I've been dressing the same way since high school. Like, this is the funny shit to me. The same uniform, motorcycle jacket, shit like that. Like, I've always been in tune with that type of shit. But it's dope. It's dope to see now that fashion that I implement in the game is more prevalent now than it was when I started it. So to see 25 years later, kids still wearing wallet chains, kids still buying True Religions all over again. Anything biker, rock and roll. If you're not a rock star and sing rock music and you're in this rap game, and any bit, not a little bit, not maybe, Any bit of anything that has to do with biker or rock and roll, any bit of it comes from me. I implemented that that's my aesthetic.
You did it.
You heard? That's what I bring into this game.
Now, I think it's only in our community, the hip hop community, the streets and shit, where everybody feels like once you.
So yeah, in that clip, you know, shout out to Jim. Like he ain't capping. Like from the Rockstar era, hats off to Jim when it comes to that. Like if you talking about Dipset, Cam, like we know about Cam with the pink furs and everything like that, but Jim like definitely was wearing chrome hearts a very long time ago. So I do hear the teen year citizen and why that old nigga dressing like that, and it's just like, you know, to hear Jim say that, it's just like, how y'all gonna tell me how I'm dressing like somebody else that I created? Like, honestly, it does sound kind of crazy because it's like, is there ageism with clothes? Like he's supposed to be wearing a suit and tie? Like, I don't know. That's not even Jim Stees. Like, we know that's not even Jim. But before we get out of here, we're gonna actually get into the clip of Jim discussing the verses that he called out Cam for. Is it ever gonna happen? Are we ever gonna see a Dipset reunion? I don't know.
Why you want this versus with Cam, man?
Oh, that's just personal, man. You see me doing anything like that. If Babe Bro wanna do that, then we always could do that.
What if Cam be like, yo, I bet I got my best album against your best album. What album you choosing?
I don't even be hardly remembering my records and shit.
You can't do that against Cam in the verses.
Why you can't?
You can't be forgetting like what's going on.
Got a better catalog than over 90% of the rappers out of New York City in history, I would say. Not to be like, but there's been a lot of rappers in New York, but I've got real gold records, more than one of them, like albums and shit like that. You dig? I got real platinum singles and shit like that. Like some of your favorite rappers don't have nothing platinum. You heard? That doesn't make me better than anybody and shit like that, but statistically, I got a hell of a catalog. I mean, from every album that I put out, I had a dope-ass single on a dope-ass record, especially in New York.
Yeah.
In New York, hands down, I know I got.
Look, as you can see in that clip right there, Jim said he got 20 records. I don't really know if it's really going to happen. I don't believe it. According to Cam said it's not going to happen. So before we get up out of here, I'm going to play. I know I said that the last time, but Cam responded and talked about his sentiments about the verses and how he just doesn't think it makes sense. I don't know. It seems like Jim still got a lot of love for Cam. Like, I pray they can reconcile. If Cam and Mason get back together, who knows? But we're going to play this clip of Cam basically just saying, nah, it really don't make no sense, and we'll get up out of here.
What bothers? But as far as the verses, no, I'm not doing the verses, man. It just, to me, it didn't make sense to do it. When niggas sent it to me, Cam made us lose the verses because he forgot his freestyle. And I'm like, I didn't forget my freestyle. It was just too late for the freestyle. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so when you think about the verses, right? Just comparing it to a basketball game. It's like you down 50 points with 30 seconds left and you get a fast break and you try to do the 360 windmill through the leg dunk.
Yeah.
It's corny by then. You lost by 48. Yeah. you still lost by 48. It don't matter if that dunk was worth 10 points. It would have been lost by 40. So it wasn't that I forgot it. It was just we got our ass kicked so bad that it didn't make sense.
Yeah, as you can see, Cam talking about his perspective, like whoever they want to blame, the Purple City Bird Gang, whatever it is, like him trying to go to the Apollo, them doing the verses. I don't know how I would really feel about seeing Jim versus Cam after the Dipset versus the Lox. I think it's going to furthermore cement how much it seems like they got internal beef pause. And I just pray that whatever's going on between the Let's Rap About It prog, it ain't on nobody, but if we could get them all to get back together, man, it would be really dope. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Do y'all really want to see a versus? Y'all just saw that Pretty Vicky versus B2K. Do y'all want to see Jim versus Cam? Who y'all got? They said Cam said it ain't gonna happen, but wishful thinking. Y'all think Dipset can get back together? Yo, if you really gang, bang that like button. And if you like the vibe, subscribe. If you don't have good energy, keep your ass inside. You're tuning into the Tasmania Show with Taz Tikoon, brought to you by Tazzy's Baddies. Let's scroll. Tikoon running up the score, Tazzy's Baddies on the floor. And that ass is super fatty, call me Zaddy, throw some more. Super nasty, she a savage, slaughter fucker like a whore. Popping bottles, foreign models, Tikoon on the world tour. Shorty, what you bad for? Turn this to a hit-a-thon. Damn, all your bitches bad, tell them they can come along.